Good morning, friends and my dear children. Your Lalita ma'am is again back with another topic. Today we are going to learn numericals based on Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so before I start the topic, I would like to request all of you to please kindly concentrate on your studies, because when the schools are going to start and when the situations are going to be normal, it is really unpredictable. Okay, so if you want more and more best videos from teachers like us, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Okay, and I request all of you to kindly watch my videos and give your valuable comments, and request all of you to please kindly give your suggestions also. Okay, so today we are going to start with the topic numericals based on Bohr's atomic model. Okay, I will be taking up some numericals which are there in different reference books also. So if you want more and more best videos like this on all the different types of topics, okay, you please give me your valuable comment in comment section. You please message me like you people want so and so topic. Okay, I'll try to definitely upload the topic as early as possible. Okay, so let us do numericals based on Bohr's atomic model. Okay, so I'll divide the board into two parts, as you all know, right? The line is a little bit not in the center. Okay, right. So this is the topic which is there in atomic structure. Okay, I'm going to tell you the numericals based on Bohr's atomic model. Okay, numericals based on Bohr's atomic model. So using Bohr's atomic model, you have so many different types of formula are there. You have formula on Bohr's radius, Bohr's energy and velocity. Okay, we have learned different expressions based on those three topics. Now based on radius and energy, some of the problems which we are going to do today are based on the formulas of energy and radius. Okay, so let us start with our first question. If the radius of Bohr's first orbit, okay, if the radius of Bohr's first orbit, radius of Bohr's first orbit is 4 angstroms, okay, then the radius of Bohr's fourth orbit is how much? Then the radius of Bohr's fourth orbit is dash. So this is your question, first question. So let us start with the solution. We have one formula is there which relates between radius of Bohr's nth orbit r and number of the orbit. Okay, we know that we have one formula is there. What is that? R1 by R2 is equal to what? N1 square by N2 square. R1 by R2 is equal to N1 square by N2 square. So using this formula, you can find out the radius of Bohr's orbit. Okay, in fourth orbit, how much is the radius? So here R1 is what? 4 angstroms. Okay, R2 we should find out. N1 is 1 and N2 is 4. N1 is 1, first orbit, and N2 is fourth orbit. Okay, now fourth orbit. So substitute these values in this formula. You will be getting R1 by R2 is equal to what? 4 by R2. 4 by R2. is equal to what? 1 square by 4 square. Okay, now n1 is 1, it's a square, n square, 1 square by 4 square, which is equal to what? 4 by r2 is equal to 1 by 16. So r2, if you want, you just cross multiply, you will be getting 64 angstroms. Therefore, radius of Bohr's fourth orbit is how much? 64 angstroms. Radius of Bohr's fourth orbit is 64 angstroms. Okay, so that is your answer. Okay, you just copy down. We'll be doing all different model problems, right? If you want, please pause the video and note down, and so that you will not have any problem in noting down. Okay, even if I rub it quickly also. Now moving on to the second question. Okay, what is your second question? The ratio of kinetic energy and total energy of an electron. Find the ratio of Ke, kinetic energy, and total energy of an electron. Okay, now Ke and total energy of an electron, Ke and Te, total energy of an electron in Bohr's orbit. Okay, you need to find the ratio of what? Ke and Te. Te means what? Total energy of an electron in Bohr's orbit. This is your question. Okay, so we have to recall the formulas. Recall. Ke, what is the formula for kinetic energy? Ze square by 2r. Kinetic energy of what? Electron. Okay, it is equal to what? Ze square by 2r. Okay, and what is the formula for Te? Total energy, what is the formula? You need to recall all these formulas, dear children. Okay, total energy of the electron, it is given by the formula minus Ze square by 2r. Now if you want to find the ratio, just you need to find the ratio of these two, Ke and Te. Okay, ratio of Ke and Te. Ratio of Ke and Te means you need to divide these two. What you will be getting? Both gets cancelled. Both are having same values, but total energy is negative of Ke, negative of kinetic energy. Okay, if you find the ratio of Ke by Te, okay, what you are going to get? Their magnitudes are same. Okay, Ze square by 2r whole divided by minus Ze square by 2r. Both gets cancelled. Same values are there. So they get cancelled and you will get 1 by minus 1. So ratio of Ke and Te is how much? 1 by minus 1. That means kinetic energy is equal to negative of total energy. Okay, therefore Ke is equal to what? Minus of Te. You can say this equation also. Okay, Ke is equal to minus of Te. So ratio is what? Ratio is 1:-1. Okay, now ratio is 1:-1. This is the ratio. Yes, now we'll move on to the third question. The radius of Bohr's first orbit is r0. Okay, question number 3. The radius of Bohr's first orbit. The radius of Bohr's first orbit is r0. Okay, is r0. The radius of electron in first orbit of singly ionized helium atom is. Okay, it is given that radius of Bohr's first orbit is given as r0. Now what we were asked to find? We have to find the radius of electron in first orbit of, find the radius of electron. Okay, radius of electron in first orbit of, radius of electron in first orbit, in first orbit of singly ionized helium atom, singly ionized helium atom, singly ionized helium atom. Okay, this is the question. Okay, what we were given and what we were asked to prove. Okay, please check that carefully. Okay, singly ionized helium atom. What is the radius? Okay, what is the radius of singly ionized helium atom? That was the question, right? So what we have to do? Radius of the Bohr's first orbit. We have formula is there. Radius of Bohr's orbit. What is the formula? Radius of Bohr's orbit is given by the formula R0 is equals to 0.529. Okay, into n square by z. We have this formula. R0 is equal to what? 0.529 into n square by z. Okay, into n square by z. I think you cannot remember, you cannot able to see here if I write. Okay, I'll write the formula on the top. Right, this side. Okay, this one I am rubbing. So what is the formula? R0 is equals to 0.529. This is the formula for what? Radius of Bohr's nth orbit, n square by z. This is the formula, very important formula. Okay, so here if you go for the Bohr's first orbit, okay, what is given? What is given to us? Radius of Bohr's first orbit means if n is equals to 1. Okay, singly ionized helium atom also he is asking for. Okay, so radius of Bohr's first orbit, write like this. Radius of Bohr's first orbit. First orbit means n is equal to 1. Please remember. Okay, it is given by R0 and R0 is equal to what? 0.529 into n value is 1. So 1 square by, here it is radius of Bohr's first orbit means we have to take it for hydrogen atom. So z value is equal to 1. So 0.529 only. R0 is how much? 0.529 into 1 square by 1. Okay, now 0.529 into 1 square by 1, which is equal to what? 0.529 angstroms. Okay, so now coming to the second one, singly ionized helium atom. Okay, now radius of singly ionized helium atom. Okay, singly ionized means what? One electron has gone. Singly ionized means one electron has removed. Then it becomes what? Singly ionized helium. Then it will become what? He plus ion. Okay, singly ionized helium atom we have to find. Okay, so how much it is? Okay, again you will be using the same formula, 0.529 into n square by z. Here first orbit he is asking for, so n value is equal to 1 and z value of helium is how much? Z is 2. So substitute that values in this formula. Therefore radius of first orbit for helium atom, R1 we will take. R1 is equals to 0.529 into 1 square by z value is 2 here into 1 square by 2. So that is equal to how much? 0.529 into 1 square is 1 only by 2. So this is R1, this is R0. Okay, so what he is asking for? Okay, radius of the electron. So what will be the relation between R0 and R1? Okay, what will be the relation between R0 and R1 now? Okay, both you are getting almost similar values. Here 0.529 you got, and here 0.529 by 2 you got. So R0 is equals to 0.529, take the ratio, by R1 is equals to 0.529 by 2. So it just can be reduced, both can be reduced, and you will be getting 1 by 1 by 2. So R0 by R1 is equals to, the ratio will be 2:1, isn't it? That is equals to R0 by R1 is equal to what? 2:1. Therefore R0 is equals to 2R1. Okay, so this is the relation which we got. So radius of Bohr's first orbit of singly ionized helium atom will be twice than that of the radius of electron which is in Bohr's first orbit. Okay, so R0 is equals to 2R1. That was the relation which we got. Okay, so very important question. Next, please pause the video, note down, and then you can proceed for the next sum. Okay, now we'll go to the fourth question. Question number 4. You have to remember these all formulas, then it will become easy for you to do the numericals. Okay, radius of Bohr's nth orbit. Okay, all these formulas please remember, then it will become easy for you. Next, fourth question. Given radius of Bohr's first orbit is, question number 4. Given radius of Bohr's first orbit is, Bohr's first orbit, given radius of Bohr's first orbit is 0.53 angstroms. Okay, that is given to us. Then find the radius of Bohr's third orbit. Find the radius of Bohr's third orbit. Radius of Bohr's third orbit. This is your question. Okay, so how you have to find and what formula you have to use? Same, R is equals to 0.529 into n square by z. The same formula we will be using. Okay, so R is equals to 0.529, it's already given as 53, into n square by z. Okay, now n value it is given 3 and z value is how much? It is for Bohr's orbit, means hydrogen atom. Z value you have to take it as 1. Okay, here n is equal to 3 and z is equal to 1, because Bohr's theory is applicable for what? Hydrogen and hydrogen like species. Okay, so you have to be very careful here. Z value 1 and n value 3. We will substitute in that formula. So how much you will be getting? If n value is 3 and z value is 1, R is equal to 0.52, okay, it's given 53 into, in place of n we will keep 3 square by 1, which is equal to what? 0.53 into 9. Okay, that value will be equal to how much? Okay, 0.53 into 9, which is equal to 4.77 angstroms. 4.77 angstroms. So radius of Bohr's third orbit is 4.77 angstroms. Okay, radius of Bohr's third orbit is 4.77 angstroms. Okay, so this will be your fourth problem, right? Next, coming to question number 5. Question number 5. The ratio of radius of Bohr's orbit for an electron. The ratio, you have to find the ratio. Ratio of radius of Bohr's. Ratio of radius of Bohr's. Radius of orbit for an electron orbiting hydrogen. Radius of orbit of an electron orbit of an electron orbiting hydrogen to that of deuterium. Okay, ratio you have to find in between what? Radius of an electron orbiting hydrogen atom to that of an electron orbiting deuterium nucleus. To that of an electron orbiting deuterium nucleus. Okay, this is your question. Deuterium nucleus. Okay. So you have to find the ratio of what? Radius of hydrogen's orbit and radius of deuterium orbit. Okay, so that is your question. Okay, so what formula you will be using? Again the same formula, 0.529 into n square by z. So I'll rub here and I'll do 0.529 into n square by z. The same formula you will be using. Right? So what is the solution? First, R hydrogen is equal to what? Same formula, 0.529 into n square by z. Okay, radius of the orbit. Okay, orbiting what? Hydrogen and that of deuterium. Okay, so here 0.529, n value is equal to 1, z value is also equal to 1. Okay, so just substitute into 1 square by 1, which is nothing but 0.529 angstroms only. Same like that, radius of deuterium. What is deuterium? Deuterium is an isotope of hydrogen. We have learnt about isotopes. Those who haven't watched the video, just go through the previous video. You will be finding isotopes, isobars, isosters, isodiaphers, all these about. One video was there. You can watch that so that you will understand what are isotopes. Here deuterium is one of the isotopes of hydrogen. Okay, so which is having same atomic number but different mass number. So if it is having same atomic number, then n value is 1 and z value is also 1. Then its value of radius is also found to be how much? 0.529 into n square by z. Here both n and z are 1. So radius of deuterium is also found to be 0.529 only. Okay, radius of deuterium is also found to be how much? 0.529 angstroms only. Okay, so if you take the ratio of these two, then how much you will be getting? Same values. That means 1:1. The ratio will be 1:1. Okay, so he's asking for the radius of the orbit of hydrogen and radius of the orbit of deuterium. Okay, so R hydrogen by R deuterium you have to do, which you will be getting what? 1:1. R hydrogen by R deuterium, 0.529 by, again here also 0.529 only, which is equal to what? 1:1. Ratio is what? 1:1. Okay, so this is one question. Mostly you will be getting this for objective questions. Okay, so that you have to check for the 4 options which are given down. Right, next question number 6. Right, now I am rubbing this. Question number 6, please take down. Ionization energy for hydrogen atom. IE. I am writing in short IE. IE for hydrogen atom. Ionization energy for hydrogen atom in the ground state is given as E. In the ground state. Okay. In the ground state is capital E. Okay, what is the ionization energy? What is the IE? Ionization energy of Li plus 2 atom in the second excited state. In the second excited state. That is a question. Okay. Ionization energy of hydrogen atom in the ground state, it is given E. Okay, in the ground state its value is given as capital E. Now the question is what? To find the ionization energy of Li plus 2 ion. Okay, Li plus 2 ion we have to find. You recall the formula. Recall ionization energy of H-like species. Hydrogen-like species. Dear children, please remember. H-like species means which are having single electrons. How H-like species will be formed? By losing electrons which are present in them. Okay. So here Li plus 2 is like H-like species only. Please understand. Ionization energy of H-like species. H-like species is given by the formula what? Ionization energy of hydrogen. Okay, hydrogen by N square into Z square. This is the formula for what? Ionization energy. Okay, very important formula. You have to remember this formula. Ionization energy of H-like species means hydrogen-like species. Okay, this is the formula. Ionization energy of hydrogen into Z square by N square. So what is given to us? Given ionization energy of H, hydrogen, IE of H is given how much? It is given as capital E. It is given as capital E. Okay. Now, he is asking us to find lithium's ionization energy. Okay. So, for Li plus 2 ion, okay, for Li plus 2 ion, Z value, lithium Z value is 3. We know lithium atomic number is 3. Okay. In which state he is asking us to find? In second excited state. Okay, you have to remember second excited state means N value is how much? The next energy level. Second excited state means N value is equal to 3. Please understand this point carefully. Second excited state means what? N value is 3. If it is given first excited state, then N value will be 1. If it is given third excited state, then N value will be the next energy level. N is equal to 4. Okay, please check like that. Here it is given second excited state means N value becomes equal to what? 3. Then substitute the values in the given formula. Okay, so Li plus 2 is what? It is H-like species. Okay, now it is H-like species. So you will use this formula. So ionization energy of Li plus 2. It is H-like species. Instead of writing H-like species, here what is given to us, that only you will write. Is equal to ionization energy of hydrogen is given how much? E value. Okay, E by N square. Here N value is 3 square. 3 square into Z square. Z value is also 3. 3 square. So, ionization energy of lithium plus 2 ion in its second excited state. Here 9 3 square gets cancelled. Okay, so what is left with? It is also equal to E only. Okay, so in second excited state, lithium's ionization energy is also equal to E only. Okay, therefore what is given? What is the ionization energy? Therefore IE of Li plus 2 ion in second excited state is also equal to E only. In second excited state is equal to how much? E only. So this is your answer. Okay, please note down. Okay, right. Next, seventh question. The ionization energy of an atom is 13.6 electron volts. It's given that IE of an atom. I'm rubbing this. Question number 7. Based on ionization energy, if any question comes, you will be using this formula. Please remember. Okay, question number 7. The ionization energy of hydrogen atom is 13.6. The ionization energy of hydrogen atom is 13.6 electron volts. Okay, then following Bohr's theory, the energy corresponding to a transition between Bohr's theory, the energy corresponding to the transition between third and fourth orbits is corresponding to the transition between third and fourth orbits. Transition between third and fourth orbits is dash. This is the question. So he gave ionization energy of hydrogen atom. It is given as how much? 13.6 electron volts. Now we have to follow the Bohr's theory, and accordingly an electron has a transition between third and fourth orbits, it seems. Then what might be the energy corresponding to this transition? The energy has, that means electron has jumped between third and fourth orbits, it seems. Then what will be the energy for that jumping? That is the question. Okay, transition means what? Jumping. In between what and what it has jumped? Third and fourth orbits. Then what will be the energy when it is jumping between third and fourth orbits? That you have to find out. So again, what you will be using the formula? Okay, right? Energy is given by what? Minus 13.6 into Z square by N square. You have this formula. Recall. Ionization energy is given by the formula. Okay, IE is equal to what? Or E is equal to, you have E is equals to minus 13.6 into what? Z square by N square formula is there. Z square by N square. This is one formula which you have. You have to recall this. It is given in electron volts, so that is why we have taken 13.6 Z square by N square. Okay, so if it is in the third orbit, okay, in third orbit, okay, energy is taken as E3. Energy is taken as, let us take it as E3. Okay, in third orbit, E3 is equal to what? What is the formula? Minus 13.6 into Z square by N square. Okay, minus 13.6 into Z square by N square. So E3 value how much you will be getting? Minus 13.6. Here Z value how much and N value how much? Okay, N value is 3. Please understand carefully. N value is 3. And what is the Z value? Z value is for Bohr's orbit. Bohr's orbit means we will take it as 1 only. Okay, Z is equal to 1 and N is equal to what? 3, because the transition is happening in between what? Third and fourth. So energy for third orbit E3 we will calculate, and energy for fourth orbit E4 also we will calculate. Okay, so let us calculate E3 first. Okay, so what is E3 value? Minus 13.6 into Z square means 1 square by N square value 3 square. Okay, so that is equal to minus 13.6 into 1 by 9. Okay, minus 13.6 into 1 by 9. How much you will be getting if you calculate this? You will be getting minus 1.51 electron volts. Minus 1.51 electron volts. This is what? E3 value. Similarly, we will calculate E4 also. Okay, E4 with the same formula. So for E4, okay, E4, that is equal to minus 13.6 into Z square by N square. Okay, so here Z value is 1 only and N value is 4th orbit. So N value we will take it as 4. So if you apply the same formula, minus 13.6 into 1 square by 4 square. Okay, that is equal to minus 13.6 into 1 by 4 square is how much? 16. If you simplify this value, how much you will be getting? You will be getting almost around minus 0.85. Okay, minus 0.85. What are the units? Electron volts. Now the transition between E3 and E4 we want. Okay, we want the transition between E3 and E4. Means what you have to calculate? E4 minus E3. Now E4 minus E3, that will gives you what? The transition between E4 and E3. So E4 is minus 0.85. E3 is minus 1.51, which is equal to what? 0.85. If I write down, you cannot see. Minus 0.85 plus 1.51. How much you will be getting? Okay, if you just calculate it, you will be getting 0.66 electron volts. 0.66 electron volts. Okay, so the transition between E4 and E3, how much energy is consumed for that? Okay, final conclusion. I think you can write. Therefore, okay, or else I'll write here. You check. Therefore, the transition, the energy corresponding to transition between E3 and E4. The energy transition between E3 and E4 is equal to 0.66 electron volts. 0.66 electron volts. This is your final conclusion. Okay. So this is your final conclusion. After this you will be writing this point. Okay. Right. This is question number 7. Okay. Now question number 8. An energy of 24.6 electron volts. I think I am rubbing the board this side. Better I rub this side so that it will become easy for you. Okay. Sorry for the inconvenience. That's why please pause the video and note down all these numericals. Okay. Right. Question number 8. An energy of 24.6 electron volts is required to remove one electron. Is required to remove one electron. Okay, is required to remove one electron from a neutral helium atom. From a neutral helium atom. Neutral helium atom. Okay. The energy required to remove both the electrons from a neutral helium atom. Okay, the energy required to remove 2 electrons. The energy required to remove. The energy required to remove 2 electrons from neutral helium atom is 2 electrons from neutral helium atom is. That is your question.
So to remove electron from helium atom, the energy required, you call it as first ionization energy. And from that, one more electron is to be removed. That will become your second ionization energy. Okay. So first, helium gives rise to He plus ion. This is called as what? IE1, first ionization energy. And its value is given as what? 24.6 electron volts. Okay. Now, He, from this He plus unipositive ion, you are removing one more electron so that it forms He plus 2 ion, and this energy you are calling it as what? IE2, and we have to calculate this energy only. Okay. So ionization energy formula you will write H like species. Okay. Ionization energy of He2 plus ion. Okay. So what is the formula? Ionization energy of He2 plus ion is given by the formula ionization energy of hydrogen H by n square into Z square. The same formula which we have done previously also. Okay. Right. So here it is equal to what? Ionization energy of hydrogen. That is given as that is already fixed value. This one is a fixed value. You have to remember that. Okay. IE of H plus hydrogen is given as, this is H plus He plus ion. Okay. This is 13.6. Again you write this point also. We know that IE of hydrogen is how much? 13.6 electron volts. We have already know this value. Okay. So here Z value is, for helium means Z value 2. For helium, right here you can see, for helium Z value is 2 and N value is, from the first orbit you are removing, so N is equal to 1. Okay. So if you have to substitute these values in this formula, therefore IE of He plus ion is equal to how much? That will become your second ionization energy, H like species. Okay. So 13.6 by N square value means 1 square into Z square value means 2 square. Okay. So 13.6 into 4. That means how much value you will be getting? 13.6 into 4 is equal to 54.4 electron volts. Okay. Now 54.4 electron volts. Okay. So how much total energy is required to remove 2 electrons? To remove 2 electrons. Okay. To remove 2 electrons from that helium atom. Okay. Initially IE1 is 24.6. Now IE2 is 54.4. Okay. We got IE1 first ionization energy is given 24.6 electron volts, and IE2 means even to remove the second electron also. Okay. We got how much energy is required? We got 54.4 electron volts. So to remove both the electrons, to remove 2 electrons, how much is the total energy required? We need to add. Okay. Now to remove both the electrons, how much is the total energy required? Therefore total energy required to remove both the electrons. Total energy required to remove both the electrons, to remove both the electrons is IE1 plus IE2. Okay. Now that is equal to 24.6 plus 54.4. I think it is 79 electron volts of energy is required. This is your answer. So total energy required to remove both the electrons is almost around 79 electron volts. Okay. So this kind of model sums you will be getting from Bohr's atomic model. I think I have covered almost all numericals. Okay, almost all modal numericals I have covered. Okay, if you can able to pause the video and you can able to write, that will be very good. Okay, so request all of you to kindly pause the video and note down what all the numericals that have been done on the board. Okay, so thanks for watching, dear children. Okay, if you want better and more videos of application based, okay, numericals, whatever it may be, please kindly subscribe to my channel, so that your Lalita ma'am is going to do lot much for you. Okay, please learn the concepts carefully and try to do your best to give best results. Okay, thanks for watching, dear children. All the best. Thank you.